Apple Car. Apple was secretly building a car. Not a GPS app, not CarPlay, an actual self-driving electric vehicle with no steering wheel, no pedals, and a limousine-style interior. Tim Cook called it the mother of all AI projects. Apple wanted to skip every intermediate step and build the most advanced autonomous vehicle ever made right out of the gate. No starter model, no learning curve, just full self-driving from day one. One insider described it as Apple trying to skip every early iPhone and jump straight to the iPhone X. On February 27, 2024, Apple's COO called 2,000 employees into a meeting and told them it was over. The team was reassigned to AI. Employees called it a titanic disaster, which, considering the name Project Titan, is either deeply ironic or extremely on brand. The lesson is simple. Apple thought being Apple was enough to solve a problem that had stumped every car manufacturer and tech company on Earth. It was not. Sometimes the most dangerous thing a company can have is a perfect track record. If that story alone brought you here for the first time, the subscribe button is right there. It only gets worse from here. AirPower. In 2017, Apple announced AirPower, a single wireless charging mat that could charge your iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods simultaneously. No cable juggling, no multiple pads. Just place everything down and walk away. The crowd loved it. The engineering reality was that fitting enough induction coils into a single mat to charge 3 devices with different power requirements without them overheating each other was one of the hardest problems in consumer electronics. Apple announced it publicly before solving that problem. They had the confidence of a company that had never publicly failed, and it showed. In March 2019, Apple released a single-sentence statement saying AirPower would not be coming to market because it had not met its high standards. No refund to promise, no replacement to announce. Just gone. Apple had put a product on a keynote stage, let people anticipate it for 2 years, and quietly buried it. Never announce something you have not built yet. Apple broke its own rule and paid for it with 2 years of embarrassment and one very awkward press release. AR glasses. After the Vision Pro launched at $3,499 and sold to basically nobody, Apple needed a plan B. Project N107 was supposed to be it. Glasses that looked completely normal but had tiny built-in displays. More affordable, more wearable, and tethered to a Mac to do the heavy processing. Tethered to a Mac is where it falls apart. The glasses needed a cable connecting them to a computer to function, which means you are either at your desk, which defeats the point, or walking around with a laptop bag as an accessory to your glasses. The display technology also could not hit the quality Apple's executives expected at a reasonable price. In January 2025, reports confirmed Apple had quietly killed the project. No announcement, no stage moment, just gone. Apple has now canceled its car and its glasses within 12 months of each other. At some point, the question stops being what went wrong with this project and starts being what is Apple's next big thing actually going to be? Drop that answer in the comments. Genuinely curious what people think. Apple Newton. Before the iPhone, before the iPad, before anyone was talking about handheld computing, Apple released the Newton Message Pad in 1993, a personal digital assistant you could write on with a stylus, take notes, manage contacts, and send faxes. In 1993, genuinely ahead of its time. The handwriting recognition was terrible, famously, legendarily terrible. It became a cultural joke. Doonesbury ran a comic strip mocking it. The Simpsons mocked it. The device was expensive, bulky, and the one feature it was supposed to do well, reading your handwriting, it did badly enough that people wrote jokes about it instead of notes. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, killing the Newton was one of his first moves. Jobs reportedly hated the stylus on principle. The Newton was dead within months of his walking back through the door. The right idea, wrong execution, at the wrong time. Apple learned from it so thoroughly that when the iPad launched in 2010, it was everything the Newton tried to be. The lesson just took 17 years. If you are watching this on an iPad right now, you are technically holding Newton's revenge. Apple's search engine. Every time you search on Safari, Google pays Apple somewhere between $15 and $20 billion a year to be the default search engine. Apple built its own search technology, called Spotlight Search, that indexes the web. Internal documents revealed in a lawsuit confirmed Apple has been quietly building the infrastructure for a full search engine for years. The reason it has never launched is sitting right there in that last sentence. $15 to $20 billion a year. For doing nothing essentially except keeping Google as the default. Launching a competing search engine means giving that money back, building something that takes years to become good, and going to war with a company that has been doing search for 25 years. There is no single cancellation moment because Apple has never officially confirmed that the project exists. It appears to be perpetually on hold, not canceled, just never coming. Butterfly keyboard. In 2015, Apple redesigned the MacBook keyboard to be thinner than any laptop keyboard ever made. The butterfly mechanism meant each key had barely any travel distance, giving the MacBook the slimmest profile on the market. Apple described the typing experience as precise and responsive. A single piece of dust could make a key stop working permanently, not occasionally, consistently. People were getting entire keyboards replaced because one piece of debris had found its way under a key. Apple added a thin membrane in later versions to try to fix it. It did not fix it. The keyboards kept failing. In 2019, Apple replaced the butterfly keyboard with a scissor switch mechanism across the entire MacBook lineup, reverting to something closer to what they had before 2015. They never officially admitted it was a mistake. They just quietly stopped making it while running a free keyboard replacement program that confirmed everything users had been saying for 4 years. Apple chose thinness over function and spent 4 years refusing to admit it. They fixed it eventually. They just never said sorry. If you owned one of these MacBooks and lived through the keyboard era, share this video. Not for the views, for the therapy. 6 projects, billions of dollars, years of development, all gone. Drop in the comments which cancellation you think hurt Apple the most, because the Project Titan and AirPower answers are going to be very different. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this every week.